Imagine a world where the Second World War never happened, no global conflict, no Holocaust, and no nuclear bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In this alternate timeline, Adolf Hitler's Nazi regime might have persisted longer, facing economic stagnation and internal dissent rather than a decisive military defeat. Without the war, Britain and France would likely have maintained their colonial empires for decades, delaying the wave of decolonization that reshaped Africa and Asia. Technological advancements such as radar, jet engines, rocketry, and early computers, often accelerated by wartime urgency, might have developed far more slowly, postponing the digital revolution, delaying the rise of the internet, and setting back space exploration. The moon landing, key event of the 20th century, might not have occurred until the 21st century, and nuclear weapons, if invented at all, might have taken a different path or been avoided entirely, fundamentally altering global politics. Economically, the prolonged Great Depression might have hindered recovery, as the war effort was a major driver of industrial growth, especially in the United States, which might not have emerged as the dominant global superpower. This could have led to a multipolar world, with colonial empires and European powers holding on to their dominance longer, and Japan's imperial expansion in Asia continuing unchecked. A victorious Japanese empire could have maintained control over territories like Korea, Taiwan, and parts of China, fundamentally altering the course of Asian history. The Chinese Civil War might have ended differently, with the nationalists, not the communists, taking control, preventing the rise of Mao Zedong and the establishment of Communist China. Globally, the absence of World War II might have prevented the Cold War from ever occurring. The ideological battle between the United States and the Soviet Union, driven by post-war power dynamics, could have been replaced by a different kind of rivalry, perhaps between colonial powers and emerging nations fighting for independence. Without the war's catastrophic toll, the urgency for international cooperation that led to the creation of the United Nations might not have existed, delaying the global consensus on human rights and the push for civil rights movements in countries like the United States. The feminist movement, accelerated by women entering the workforce during the war, might have progressed more slowly, impacting gender equality advancements throughout the latter half of the century. While it's easy to imagine this alternate world as more peaceful, the lack of a global conflict could have slowed the very changes that shaped our modern age. Without the pressure of war, technological and social progress might have been delayed, leaving us in a world that, while less scarred by conflict, would be slower to innovate, slower to embrace civil rights, and slower to form the interconnected global community we know today. This thought experiment serves as a reminder that even the darkest moments in history can spark profound and transformative change, altering the course of humanity in unexpected ways.